Hey again, I'm back. Alright, well, like I said in my last video, one of my friends from overseas who I haven't touched bases with in quite some time, and I was shocked to hear from her because she's usually very, very busy. That and the whole time difference, I can't get mad at her. She personally, queried my board because she recently joined like that they're the third quarter of last year, and I haven't been able to see her on there because she works at a studio, and studio's usually pretty busy. Yeah, I know how it is. I have work, and a lot of times I can't even get in touch with my loved ones because I have time. I'd be tired as hell. Like, ironically, at the beginning of the year, I have all the energy in the world, and I'm having the trouble now getting in touch with them. So yeah. She first of all, her name is Sakura. Hey Saku, I love you, honey, my blooming flower. All right. She queried about my a board that I share with my friends. I am the administrator. It's called the Undying Chronicles. Altogether, THEUNDYING CHRONICLES, and it's at freeforms.net. Freeforms, FREEFORMS.net. That's our little website. It's been up for about almost a year now. Not a lot of activity has happened on it because the friends that I do have, they're also involved in the industry, and they do what they can. Like, I do what I can. Usually I'm really busy myself. It's just something that we do to like get out stress and get in touch with our creative side, like when we're not doing our grind and making money and trying to do the whole adult thing. Basically, that's what we do. It's just a board where it's a expanding community. You come in when if you feel like we're decent people. We're nice, very open-minded, very eclectic, very unique. Everyone that's on there is just lovely. Lovely overall. Well, she really wants to know about certain stories, like, well, my friends, for the sake of respect, I'm not going to get too deep into their stuff, but I got permission to talk about it. Well, the one that I'm working on, it was in development hell for like a year. But eventually we got a decent storyline down. It's called Monde Surréaliste des Morts Vivants. What the fuck did he just say? It's the real world of the Undying. It's a series, and my first book is called Darkside Moon. It's a really JoJo's Bizarre Adventure type story mixed with a bit of the Tales series and a lot of RPGs. It's a really cool story so far. I have taken a break from it, and I will be start working on it again tonight, and hopefully in the next couple of days I'll have a couple more chapters to do because I'm trying to finish up the first volume for the beginning of the year and start on the second volume by the beginning of February, which is not too long from now. It's a couple of days, about like a day or so. So as you know, and people don't really know, but I love to write. I love to construct. I'm more of a I wouldn't say a superpower magic user type thing. Different world, very unique. It has a bit of a Tales of Vesperia feel to it. That's what one of my partners, my friends, said to me. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's a pretty good story. it centers around the stories of a group called the Zeppelin Family. Yeah. And their misadventures, and very, very bizarre. A lot of them are very graphic or very tragic or very revolutionary. The first one, I intend for it to be a tragedy, just to get people into like, oh wow, like what's going to happen after this? No, it's not. It's ironically, the tragedy. The first one is going to lead into the next generation, and something's going to happen. But it's, yeah, I like writing things like that grasp people's attention and get them feeling for characters. Feeling them. Relating to them, and that's my aim with this story. It's something that my friends and I are working on together as well. So when they come up with new ideas with characters and instances and dramatic or comedic effects or action scenes, I take it to heart and I contemplate that, and it's a team effort. That's what makes it so much fun working on this one. A friend of mine, one of my other partners on here, her name is Miss Gurtastic Diva 1982. Yeah. She's working on something called the Arcane Soul series. To me, it is so Kingdom Heartish. It has that darkness versus light feel. It's very intriguing. It mixes elements, and it has more so of like a late teenage to like late adulthood feel to it, because the situations and themes tackled in this are very mature, but it still has that spark of youth that makes it lovable. And it's a lot of characters from series that are popular in the West and in the Eastern Hemisphere, and series including characters from Final Fantasy, Bleach, the Pretty Cure series, the WB. I know, or there's so many characters in here that it's like it's so interesting. I'm like, wow, it's a beautifully made story. So far, I love the whole plot. It's pretty much like a fan work, but at the same time, it's like, wow, I've never really seen a story like this before. It's so concrete, and the characters are so unique. And what I like about it is that her main antagonist in the story is so messy and so evil, but so sick. It's like, and so seductive at the same time. There's something so alluring about her antagonist. I just love the character so much. And like I said, if I like the antagonist in the story, I would like the whole story overall. Like, I love bad guys. That's my thing. I like protagonists, yes, they keep the story going along, it's good to have them. But I like bad guys that really get you either hating them or loving them, and I love this guy a lot. Alright, another one on here is something called my buddy on here. The name of the series itself is called Criminal Records of the New United Nations. I know, it's like, ooh, like what's that about? Well, the book itself is called Sea Files, and it's a detective, post-apocalyptic, steampunkish, kind of like Full Metal Alchemist type detective story, and it's really good. It's very original. There's no fan work involved at all. It's so entrancing. I love this show. It's smooth. It's jazzy. It's intense, but it has like this really deep. Of all the parks that you have to come into. You have to come into this one type feel. This is so interesting. I love that really kind of like a Humphrey Bogart type feel. Main characters Elias Crane and Roman Blade, like they have their comedic moments, but they're really intense. I love the characters. I love the storyline so far. It was in development hell for a couple of months because of work issues, but it's on a roll now, and I love it so much. It tackles on elements that appeal to all audiences in every community, and I like it a lot. Another story on here that is currently being redeveloped is one of my original stories, Dreamscape, which one of my friends said that he would so love to work on it and make it into something because I can't focus on it. It is a fan fiction series. It's based on the Assassin's Creed Desmond arc, but ironically, a friend of mine said he would like Kim to take it and make it into something more original. Yes, the canon characters will stay in it, but you want to make it into something a little bit more original. It's like to stray away from certain things, but at the same time, I'm like, do what you want with it. It is a fan work. Fan fiction is like, yeah, you could do anything with it. So that's cool. That story's been in development hell for like a long time because I just could not work on it. It's just something I just couldn't do. As a fan of the series, it's something I could really get so deep into it to where it was like, oh, I can't, like I can do this. And at one point, I was like so deep into it, like 92 chapters into it, and I was like, I just can't do it anymore. Like, what am I doing? Damn. Damn. Oh goodness. Must be dusty in here. Alright, let's see. What else can I describe to you, Mr. Kura? Well, we got a gossip blog on here. We got gonna post things like videos, graphics, artwork. It's just basic things. It isn't the most, like hypeless board, but it's just cool. I like it. It's something to go to, like when you're like stressed out and you want to just like chill. So yeah, that's what you want to know. Aside from that, I've been asked, if I can go overseas to Japan. I said, no, not now. That it wouldn't be cool. Or it would be cool, but it just wouldn't, like, it's not in the cards for me. Last time I went there, I was, like, really young. And it was just, like, yeah, I liked it, but they weren't the best experiences. I like the community, I like the people. It's just, well, at the time, it was like really, some people just like, they really didn't care for us. At least in my perspective. But then again, I was a child, and I didn't really know much of what was going on around me, other than I was just there. And don't ask me how and why and when it happened, but I was a lot younger. It's one of the reasons why I'm into some of the things that I am, and why I have some philosophies that I do, and why I know certain things. I listen to people when they talk. Some people think kids don't hear what you're saying, but they do. And I carried those lessons on till this day, and I'm going to continue to carry those lessons on. And Sakura and your family and everyone from there that I've come to know and love, I thank you so much for making, it possible to have like these certain aspects and these ideas by communicating with me, something that a lot of people don't do properly these days, and sharing your knowledge and your wisdom with me. And tomorrow, starting to wind it down here, tomorrow I'm going to do video 3, episode 3 of Go TQ Love. And I'm thinking I'm going to start getting into gaming too. I have a new computer, and it is compatible. I'm pretty sure with my PS3, and we're going to see if we can do some gaming. Cause I want to do some gaming too. I want to do some let's plays or some walkthroughs or something, you know. Just to like do something different, you know. All right. And I like playing older games, games that like people don't really talk about anymore or something like that. You know, just to show, you know, like oldies to me are like some of the best games. Because the newer games, they focus too much on the graphics instead of the storyline and the engine. And a lot of things are just like left up in like the air, and it just takes away from the enjoyment value. I will also be doing more reviews, but I will be doing some on movies. The one I want to do specifically, I'm going to do this and a review on the movie 2005 Hard Candy. Stars Ellen Page and I forget this other gentleman's name. I haven't heard from him in a while. I like Ellen Page. She's one of my favorite actresses. So I wanted to do a review on that. I've seen this movie before. I just want to do a live review. It's a really good movie. I asked one of my friends like on Facebook asked me, you know, like what movie should I, you know, like if anybody has reviews, you know, do I request that? And I didn't get much of a response because I'm gonna just let you know, the movie will have you squeamish, especially if you're all about your nuts, and that's just a bit whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna bring it to a close right here. Stop button, and everyone have a good night. You hear? All right. I love you, and bye bye.